Thanks, Jordan. It was Game 2 of a 3-game set as the Jays hosted the Tampa Bay Rays at the Rogers Center last night. Coming off a big win in Game 1, the hometown Heroes were looking to win their second in a row. 40-year-old veteran Ramon Ortiz took the mound for the Jays, aiming for his second win of the season. Top of the second, former Blue Jay Kelly Johnson hits a huge solo bomb into deep center for an early 2-0 Rays lead. Top of the third, same story. Desmond Jennings hits a solo of his own, putting the visitors ahead 3-0. That pretty much does it for Ortiz. He goes 2 1/3, allowing 3 runs and 6 hits. Next inning, though, Colby Rasmus joins the party, hits a solo of his own, cutting the deficit to 3. Moving to the 8th now, 2 on, Jose Bautista at bat. He hits it to right field, RBI single. He's loving that one. Bases loaded now, same inning, JP Arencibia with only 2 outs, and Taylor made double play. Good turn by the Rays there. Jays fall 4-3 and can't complete the rally or the comeback. On to the NHL playoffs now. 2 games on the ice last night. First, Boston and the Rangers. We're off to MSG now. Game 3, Boston and the Rangers. The tough stuff starts early as Ryan Callahan gets his stick up, way up, on Zdeno Chara. No call, but I guess that's just part of the playoff hockey. 9 minutes into the first, Chris Kelly breaking up the ice all alone, but King Henrik Lundqvist sticks the pad out to make the save, keeping the game scoreless. 3 minutes later, Tyler Seguin with a breakaway of his own, and once again, Ranger goalie makes another timely save. Second period, 4 minutes in, Patrice Bergeron turns it over to Ryan McDonagh, pulls it back at the blue line, lets it go. Taylor Pyatt tips it in. Rangers up 1-0. Into the third as a scramble leads to a point shot from Johnny Boychuk, beating Lundqvist to tie the game at 1. Torts is not happy after that one. Only 3:30 left into the third with the Bruins pressing hard. Mad scramble and a real weird bounce leads to the Dan Payet goal. Look at that bounce at the line. Almost goes in, and the fourth line for the Bruins comes through. That ends up being the winner. Boston takes the win and is up ahead in the series 3-0. The Western Conference Tuesday matchup had LA visiting San Jose at the Shark Tank. Game 4, San Jose and LA, defending Cup champs, up 2-1 so far. 6 minutes in, Slava Voinov turns it over to Jumbo Joe Thornton. His second pass goes over to Brent Burns. One-timer goes top cheese. Second period collision here. Couture and Dustin Brown. Bam! Go flying. They'll both be okay, though. Dan Boyle here later in the period. Slap shot on a power play. Gets tipped by Couture. 2-0 for the Sharks. Early in the third, Couture has all over the highlights given up his best impression of making a blocker save being a goalie. After all this, a call on Burns. Kings have a power play of their own. Jeff Carter takes a shot. Mike Richards there to put in the rebound. Cuts the lead to 1. But that will be all they get as San Jose takes the win and ties the series at 2. Another disappointing exit from the Toronto hockey team last night. The Toronto Marlies were on the ice at Ricoh Coliseum against the Grand Rapids Griffins, Detroit's farm team. The Marlies were off to a great start, going up 2-0 at the end of the first period with goals by Carter Ashton and Paul Ranger. The game was going great even heading into the third period with the home team up 3-1. Don't get too excited and tell me if you've heard this one before. Late game collapse. The Griffins came out hard in the final frame and tied it up midway through the period. With the game tied 3-3, Glenn Dineen from the Griffins netted the game winner, taking the wind out of the sails of Toronto and its fans. The loss eliminates the Marlies from the AHL playoffs as they fell 4-3 in the Western Conference semifinals. On to the Western NBA playoffs now. Spurs and Grizzlies tipped off in San Antonio. Spurs are up 1-0 in the series. Tony Parker takes a quick break early in the game, and they're up early. Great play on the dish there. So Tony at it again, gives it over to Duncan, makes the jumper. Good 2 points, still up. Grizzlies come back in the fourth, though. Hard slam, cutting the lead to just 8. Mike Connolly drops off a jumper here with 20 seconds left. 85-85, we're heading to overtime. Just a minute left. Tim Duncan, a bit of an unorthodox way to get the ball in there. 2 points, and the Spurs take the win 93-89 with a 2-0 series lead. Big news coming from the Raptors head office yesterday. On the same day of the NBA draft lottery, the Toronto Raptors fired general manager Brian Colangelo. But in a bizarre twist, the team decided to keep Colangelo on as team president. His role will now be to advise newly hired Tim Leiweke on basketball-related matters within Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. Leiweke was the one who made the move originally and said he knows for a fact now that Colangelo is kind of ticked off at him, but also said it's not a perfect world, it's a business one. That's it for sports. Dancing with the Stars wrapped up last night. Jeffrey Cunha has all the details on who won and all the latest from Cannes in the entertainment.